Canelo Crawford. If they do fight, what's your opinion?
It's very different weight class.
The highly anticipated mega fight between pound-for-pound champions Crawford and Alvarez is set to take place later this year, making it one of the biggest boxing events of 2025. Bud Crawford will move up 2 weight divisions to challenge the unified super middleweight champion, Canelo Alvarez, in what promises to be a thrilling showdown. Crawford aims to pull off a major upset in this monumental clash.
See you in the ring. There's loads of things going around at the moment, including a big clash with Canelo Alvarez. Can you tell us what's going on in that situation, and can that happen next?
We shall see.
Crawford's last fight took place in August, when he made his debut at 154 pounds to challenge WBA super welterweight champion Israil Madrimov. It was a tough, hard-fought battle, with Bud arguably being pushed harder than ever before in his career. However, Crawford emerged victorious with a unanimous decision, claiming the title and becoming a 4-weight world champion. Having faced Crawford firsthand, Madrimov recently shared his prediction with Boxing News and wasted no time picking a winner.
I think this Canelo will win.
How?
I think it's a very different weight class, and Canelo will win by decision, said Madrimov. He returns to action next month, aiming to bounce back from his loss to Crawford when he faces Virgil Ortiz Jr. for the WBC interim super welterweight title. Madrimov isn't the only one making bold predictions for the Crawford vs. Canelo matchup. Former 2-weight world champion Tim Bradley also weighed in, stating that one fighter is going to dominate the other.
Fight between Canelo and Terence Crawford. How do you see that fight? Who do you like?
Terence.
Wow.
Friend, but it's crazy man. Listen,
However, Alexander Usyk, the undisputed heavyweight champion, has thrown his support behind Terence Crawford for a highly anticipated potential bout against Saul Canelo Alvarez, which could take place at the end of this year or in early 2025. In a conversation with the 3KR podcast, Usyk praised Crawford's bold decision to move up 3 weight classes to challenge Canelo. He also emphasized Crawford's exceptional intelligence and versatility inside the ring.
Terence win. Yeah.
What? Terence win over Canelo?
Yeah, Terence win. But listen, Terence, different man.
Terence is my friend, but he's a crazy man, Usyk said. I say Terence wins. Listen, Terence is a different kind of fighter. He works in 2 stances and is very, very smart. Meanwhile, Tyran Alec has been working hard to finalize the highly anticipated clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. Speaking to TNT Sports Boxing, former 2-time world heavyweight champion Tyson Fury agreed that the weight difference would be the key factor in the fight. Fury believes Crawford could have beaten Canelo if they had met in a lower division years ago, but he backs the Mexican champion at super middleweight, where the fight is expected to take place if it happens.
For a pay-per-view to watch it.
Is the skill level of Crawford equalize the weight, in your opinion?
I think if they fought, they'd obviously be the same weight, would they not?
Here we have Terence Crawford vs. Canelo Alvarez, a very tough fight with different weight classes. What weight will this fight take place at? I'm not sure. If it happens at 168 pounds, I'd go with Canelo, but at 140 pounds, I'd pick Crawford. So, I'll stick with Canelo. Canelo has firmly ruled out dropping any weight, which aligns with Crawford's goal of testing himself to the limit by moving all the way up to 168 pounds, 14 pounds more than his last fight.
So Crawford going from 47 to 68.
Maybe he would bring Canelo down to 60 or 54 or something, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know.
You have a favorite?
Whether or not the fight happens is still up in the air, with the American eager for the matchup, but the Mexican admitting he'd take it for the right price. While Terence Crawford vs. Canelo Alvarez appears to be on the verge of being confirmed, Gervonta Davis has now inserted himself into the conversation. Reports suggest that Crawford and Canelo have agreed on a deal for the mega fight to take place this year, bringing together 2 of the sport's top pound-for-pound fighters. The fight is believed to have come together after both fighters met separately with Saudi chief Turki Alek in London over the weekend, following a year of discussions. While most in boxing are excited about the potential showdown between Crawford and Canelo, it seems one of the sport's biggest stars isn't as enthusiastic.
If I'm easy work, I heard him say I'm easy work. If I was easy work, well, you would take all that money that he's offering you.
With Davis seemingly not a fan of the Crawford vs. Canelo fight, his coach, Calvin Ford, has now shared his own thoughts on how the bout would play out. The debate over who would win between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford continues to heat up. The fight would be one of the biggest in boxing, bringing together two pound-for-pound greats, though it would require Crawford to make a significant jump in weight. Speaking with Fight Hype, Davis's trainer Calvin Ford weighed in on the potential matchup and appeared to favor the Mexican fighter.
This Terence Crawford Canelo situation, do you think that's a fight where they can get to a weight that makes sense? Do you think that the weight would affect Terence Crawford?
Canelo's the king. Whatever he say, you know what I'm saying? But
Canelo is the king, Ford said. It's a great fight, and I'd love to see it and the outcome of it. Canelo has been making some solid moves in his fights. Ford also discussed Crawford's performance in his last outing, where he moved up to 154 pounds to defeat Israel Madrimov but couldn't secure the stoppage. It was his first fight at that weight, so you can't say he didn't carry the power. He had to make adjustments, just like when Benavidez moved up in weight. It's all about making those adjustments. I hope Terence Crawford gets another fight at that weight so he can prove to the world it's there. If it's not, then we'll start questioning.
that fight, the outcome of it, you know what I'm saying? And then watching Canelo been making some good moves, you know, as far as fights and whatnot, you know. So, again, he's the king, you know what I'm saying?
So it didn't look like...
Ford concluded by explaining why he believes Crawford is eager for a showdown with Canelo. Terence is a bad boy. He's moving up because he wants the fight. He isn't getting any younger, and he's doing everything he needs to do to cement his legacy. While Crawford has been focused on securing the fight with Canelo, he's also recently been involved in a heated feud with Teofimo Lopez, which has escalated with a new exchange on social media.
So I got a question for you, Tank. At 147, how does a fight with you and Terence Crawford look? 147? 147.
In the last 2 years, Crawford made a strong case for being the top pound-for-pound boxer after dominating Errol Spence Jr. in their super fight at 147 pounds. Davis, who fights at 135 pounds, was asked how he would fare against the 147-pound Crawford. Tank confidently stated he could defeat the bigger fighter in 6 rounds, 147? You know he's going to sleep. He ain't got no chance. I got him in round 6. The significant weight disparity has sparked debate within the boxing community, and Mike Tyson shares this sentiment.
Who knows? That smile's telling me something else, bro. I think it might be on the line, no?
I'm just saying, man, we can't say it's not gonna happen. We can't say that it is. So
I don't like that fight, Tyson explained on the Come and Talk to Me podcast on September 20th. Too much weight for Crawford. He had a close fight with the last guy he fought, Israel Madrimov, because he was big and really awkward. He shouldn't have even fought that guy. Tyson's point is valid. Crawford faced one of his toughest challenges against Madrimov, who was undefeated before their matchup. Despite being 5 feet 8 inches taller than Canelo, Crawford has a wiry frame and would likely give up mass and strength in heavier weight classes. Still, Crawford believes he knows what's best for his body.
What do you think about Terence Crawford calling out Canelo?
You know, I don't like that fight.
Why not?
I don't like that fight. It's just too much weight, you know, and
I think the key is knowing when the right time is for your body to move up in a healthy way, Crawford told Yahoo Sports. Before fighting Madrimov, he explained, I moved up in weight because I wanted to fight the best guy in the division. No one can match the ambition of a professional fighter, and Crawford may soon get his chance to pursue all-time greatness against Canelo. The weight disparity, however, will only help solidify his legacy with a victory.
he had a close fight with the last guy he fought, Terence, because this guy was big and he was awkward. He was really awkward. He shouldn't have fought that guy. Right. Should have fought a guy that would just come straight at him. The guy was too awkward.
He's herky-jerky,
one of them.
Ryan Garcia has made his stance clear on a potential matchup between boxing champions Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, leaving no room for doubt in a recent interview. Known for his controversial remarks, Garcia called Crawford an overhyped bum and insisted that Alvarez would emerge victorious if they faced off in the ring. Speaking to CBS TV, Garcia didn't hold back, accusing Crawford of being a boring fighter who doesn't deserve the attention he gets. claiming he's just stealing boxing money.
Terence Crawford really hasn't beat nobody other than Errol Spence Jr. that went through a car crash. Name one guy that he beat other than Errol Spence that's well known. Sean Porter that was from Wash. Who has he beat? He hasn't beat nobody, bro. He's not gonna beat nobody, bro. Terence Crawford is.
The young fighter, currently serving a doping ban, went as far as challenging Crawford, saying, "Come see me in the ring if you think I'm talking expletives." Garcia's comments were especially bold given his current suspension and the controversy surrounding his failed drug test earlier this year. Unsurprisingly, Garcia was firm in his verdict and even called out one of the sport's superstars to face him if they disagreed.
Right, bro. Terence Crawford's no, he ain't like that, bro. Terence Crawford is an overhyped bum, bro. I'm sorry. Somebody gotta say it. You're an overhyped bum, bro. I'm looking at the camera right now.
Terence Crawford is not like that, Garcia told CBS TV. Terence Crawford is an overhyped bum. I'm sorry, but someone has to say it, you're an overhyped bum. I'm looking at the camera right now, you freaking suck, bro. Stop acting like you're something you're not. Stop stealing boxing's money and wasting everybody's time. You're not entertaining, you're boring as hell. Come see me in the ring if you think I'm talking nonsense. I can do it anytime, bro. Despite his bold remarks, Garcia remains confident that a fight with Crawford could happen eventually. I could definitely see Crawford. What do you mean? Garcia said.
Bro, stop acting like you're like that. Stop stealing boxing money. You're wasting everybody's money. You're not entertaining, bro. You're more this. Come see me in the ring if you think I'm talking shit. I can do it anytime.
You can see Crawford?
I can definitely see Crawford, bro. What do you mean? I've seen many fighters like him too. He's not that good, bro. He gets hit a lot, bro. He gets wobbled, hit. Bro, he's not untouchable, bro. You acting like he's Mayweather. He ain't Mayweather, bro.
I was one of the best fighters in the amateurs, bro, and so was he. I've seen many fighters like him. I don't care if he can take away my left hook, I'll find a way to land it. He's not that good, he gets hit a lot, he gets wobbled. He's not untouchable. If a fight between Garcia and Crawford ever happens, it would almost certainly take place at a catchweight, as Garcia has never fought at the 147 pounds welterweight limit or above. Crawford's last fight was at super lightweight, 140 pounds, in August 2017. Currently suspended after testing positive for a banned substance following his fight with Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia continues to make headlines by talking about his peers, often downplaying their achievements.
I don't think that he's not a great fighter, but I don't think he's as good as people say. He's not like a Sugar Ray Leonard, you know, not Tommy Hearn. You can't do that, because he's not like that, bro. He hasn't fought nobody that has firepower like him. Who would win?
This time, Ryan Garcia's target is Terence Crawford, who has been seeking a fight with Canelo Alvarez in 2025. Although the Mexican fighter has yet to accept the challenge, Garcia claims he's already reached out to Crawford to request a fight, with the intent of proving that Crawford isn't as good as people believe. He even taunted Crawford with the possibility of a big payday. As for Bud Crawford, I already called him. I think he's just trying to get a fight with Canelo Alvarez, but I don't think that's going to happen, Garcia said. Have you ever fought someone with one-punch knockout power? No, that's why I think Bud Crawford is overrated.
I like Boots, in my opinion. I mean, I like Boots. I don't think Crawford could keep up with somebody that talented and young and fast. I haven't even seen him fight somebody talented, young and fast. Can you name him? I think.
I'd love to fight Bud. I don't think he's as good as people say. If Bud is listening, I'd like to fight you, and I'd give you a beating, Garcia stated, referring to the undefeated Crawford, the WBC and WBO welterweight champion. King Ryan left the decision up to Crawford on whether the fight would happen, but made it clear that if the undefeated champion accepted, he'd receive a significant payday. If he doesn't want it, it's not my fault. He's boring as hell, but I'd probably give him the biggest paycheck of his life if he takes the fight, Garcia added.
No, I'll be going for Bud. You know, if he fight Canelo, I'll be going for him. I mean, I don't know if he gonna win or lose, but I did.
Addressing his achievements and future plans on the Joe Rogan Experience, Crawford discussed potential bouts against Canelo Alvarez. It's great that this is my era, and I'm taking it. Ain't nobody going to stop me, he said. Now that I've switched gears, I know I want to fight Canelo. I've always said that's a big step, but for a person to move up 3 weight classes from 147 to 168 pounds, win, and become undisputed, wow, what can they say? Crawford continued, reflecting on his journey, a 3-time undisputed champion, and the smaller fighter who went up 3 weight divisions to conquer one of the baddest men out there, who's been doing it probably longer than me. When asked about the weight for the fight, Crawford was clear, He wants it at 168 pounds and is targeting the winner between Canelo Alvarez and Jermall Charlo. My fight against Canelo Alvarez will be the biggest fight in boxing, he concluded.
Come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin. So tell him to come and touch it.
Wow. Vontae said you got a glass.
The fighter is similarly unfazed by the idea of jumping divisions. I would definitely have to gain weight, but I believe in my abilities. Canelo's not a big guy, he's 5 feet 8 inches, muscular, but as far as height goes, that wouldn't be an issue. We'd have to see. I think it could happen, to be honest. I think that's the biggest fight in boxing if he beats Charlo, he said. Initially, Canelo dismissed the idea, particularly after his victory over Jermall Charlo, stating on TV Aztecas en Caliente that Crawford wasn't on his radar. However, Canelo has since suggested that if the financial incentives from Saudi Arabia are significant, he would consider entertaining the matchup. Days after Terence Crawford changed his stance, saying he'd move up 3 divisions to fight Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds, the previously uninterested Mexican superstar has shifted his position as well. In an interview with BoxingScene.com, the undisputed super middleweight champion, Alvarez, said he'd be open to facing the undisputed welterweight champion Crawford if the Nebraska native's comments were serious. Look, I respect Crawford, he's a great fighter, I always say that, no disrespect to him, Alvarez told BoxingScene.com. But, you know, sometimes it's a little crazy. People are talking about me facing a fighter like Charlo, who's big at 5 feet 11 inches, and everybody's talking about me facing Crawford, a fighter at 147 pounds who's smaller than Charlo. So it doesn't make sense when you guys say that. Right now, I don't understand.
So who would you fight at 16? Canelo?
If he win, or wow. Charlo, the winner.
Wow. That would be crazy.
I want to be 3-time undisputed.
At the end of the day, I don't care about the credit for facing Crawford, no matter what, Alvarez said. But you never know in boxing. I'll go up and down and fight everybody out there, so it's possible. Why not? It's possible if it makes sense. I'm down to do it. I don't care who it is, I'm always ready to fight everybody. Alvarez had initially rejected the idea of a clash with Crawford because Crawford wanted the fight at a catchweight of 160 or 158 pounds. Alvarez also felt he wouldn't get proper credit or add to his legacy by beating the smaller Crawford. After hearing Alvarez's latest comments, Crawford tweeted on Wednesday, "Canelo vs. Crawford is definitely, by far, the biggest fight in boxing." Later, Crawford clarified his stance on the potential fight, saying he would indeed pack on 21 pounds and move up to 168 pounds for the chance to prove himself against Alvarez.
You know, I always say if the fight makes sense, why not? But he's not in the plan. Like I say, it makes...
I know I want to fight Charlo, but if he loses to Canelo, I always say, man, that's a big step, Crawford said. But for a person to go up 3 weight classes, from 147 to 168, and to win and become undisputed, wow. Caleb Plant was the last fighter to be stopped by Canelo Alvarez. The two met in November 2021, with Canelo claiming an 11th round knockout to add the International Boxing Federation super middleweight title to his collection, which already included the World Boxing Council, World Boxing Association, and World Boxing Organization belts. This victory made Canelo the undisputed champion at 168 pounds.
To take that fight because everybody's gonna say it's too small, and then, you know, he needs to enjoy his fight. Okay, he deserves it. He deserves it.
Canelo has fought 6 times since his bout with Plant, with each fight going the full 12 rounds. Most recently, in September, he defeated Edgar Berlanga to retain his unified super middleweight titles. Now, it appears Alvarez will turn his focus to a mega fight against Terence Crawford, where Bud will be required to step up 2 weight divisions. With that in mind, Canelo's power has become a hot topic in the boxing world, with some observers believing the significant size difference could lead to the Mexican superstar adding another knockout to his collection.
No accident. What's up, fight fans? Some cool moments in the locker room happening before Caleb Plant takes on Trevor McCumbee for the
They say the first punch he hits you with is going to make your ribs explode, Plant recalled. But then I started feeling some of his shots, and I thought, this isn't bad. The outcome was that I didn't make it to the final bell, but in the moment, some of the punches that landed on me weren't as terrifying as I expected. In the end, he got the job done. What do you think of these responses from boxing professionals? Do you believe Terence Crawford is a match for Canelo Alvarez? How do you see a potential fight going between the two? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. That's all for now. For the latest updates on news, moments, events, and action in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications to be alerted when we drop quality content like this. Until next time, peace out.